I was basically raped every night.
Versus putting the handcuffs on him at 20 years of age, they actually put the handcuffs on me at 11.
And that's why I had my first son when I was 15.
Childhood is supposed to be the happiest time of life. But in the United States, child marriage, a nightmare haunting for a lifetime, is still legal in 44 states. When April Callie was 15, she was married, against her will, to a family friend 7 years her senior. He drove her 6 hours from her home state of Arkansas into Missouri, which then had looser laws governing the marriage of minors. After getting married, April's husband would take her out of school at lunch break to have sex and often kept her home, sending fake medical notes to her teachers. After her father-in-law started acting lasciviously towards her, she ran away. April is not the only victim of child marriage. In the US, countless teenage girls ended up living tragic lives because of child marriage. Former child bride Sonora Fairbanks said, "I think it's literally sexual assault. It's legal rape." Child marriage is a marriage in which at least one party is under 18 years of age. But child marriage is still legal in the US. An estimated 300,000 minors were legally married in the US between 2000 and 2018. Within the United States, each state, territory, and federal district sets the general marriage age in its jurisdiction. In most states, the general marriage age is 18. Only 6 states completely ban child marriage with no exceptions. The other 44 states still keep exceptions allowing minors under 18 to marry, such as parental or guardian's consent, judicial consent, or both. Due to the exceptional circumstances, many states set the minimum marriage age at 14 to 17. 9 states even have no age floor. Currently, 3 states still allow pregnant girls to marry, a loophole to cover up rape and force girls to marry their rapists. Ironically, the US has campaigned against child marriage elsewhere, from Guatemala to Zimbabwe. Yet when developing countries like Zimbabwe, Malawi, and El Salvador have banned child marriage since 2014, child marriage is still legal in 44 states in the US today. Even though the US Department of State announced in 2016 that child marriage is a human rights abuse, its immigration law does not specify a minimum age for marriage-based immigrant visa petitions. That is to say, almost all states allow the spouse of a US minor to obtain green card status. This creates a significant incentive to force a child to marry a foreign adult who wants a US visa, and it invites the trafficking of children to the US under the guise of marriage. According to an official report, the US government approved 8,686 petitions involving minors for spousal or fiancé entry into the US between 2007 and 2017. For the teenage victims, escaping child marriage is never easy. Most domestic violence shelters do not accept minors, because the child who leaves home is considered a teenage runaway. The police will try to return them to their family. Divorce is also difficult. Even if minors can afford a lawyer, they are undesirable clients. Laws ought to protect children from such horrors, but America's too often do not. When a bill to ban child marriage is proposed, some officials even argue that the number of child marriages is limited, so it doesn't need to be banned.
This bill being signed into law will encourage teenage girls who are pregnant to have abortions.
In April 2022, lawmakers in Tennessee proposed to eliminate the current minimum marriage age of 17 in the state.
There's no place in civilized society for the early or forced marriage of children.
Claiming to be the beacon of human rights, the US hasn't signed the Convention on the Rights of the Child adopted by UNICEF. Now, 193 member states, including the US, have pledged to eliminate child marriage to achieve gender equality in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Yet child marriage is still legal in 44 states in the US.